Hey guys, so typically August in Wisconsin is a very hot and dry month. Oftentimes we'll have a drought, no rain for 3 weeks or maybe 4 weeks. The ground gets really hard. This is an unusual August. We've been getting very heavy rains and we've had even flooding the last few days. Areas in West Allis and Wauwatosa had flooding in basements. Cars had water coming up over the hood, totally submerged. A lot of basement flooding, it's been ruined. Last night we had more thunderstorms and I just want to show you some of the stuff. We had high winds. Pieces of the tree came down. I come home from work and there's branches all over the driveway from high winds. You can see here, these came down from these trees. The winds hit them in the middle of the night. There was loud thunder booms, and I want to show you some of the effects that happened to our garden. So, as you know, this is our garden. It's looking lush. Loach has been doing a really good job with it. I came out here this morning, I thought an animal got in here because everything was knocked over. Look at our tomato plants are broken. This used to be standing up like this. Now stuff is bent over on the ground. This zucchini plant,
So, banglishe.
all of the branches of the zucchini plant were blown over this way. I don't know if you can tell by standing back and looking, but even the whole fence is blown. Because all the leaves, they catch the wind and it pressed against the fence. So, I mean, it's okay, the garden is intact, but the plants had a lot of wind blowing over. Look at this stalk is blown right over here. It was standing up straight, but we had very high winds last night. So it's salvageable. The garden isn't ruined, but I guess it goes to show the power of severe weather. If you stand back from here and look with the camera, you can see everything is kind of blown towards the fence.
착한 나가지. 에좀 보gelum도 못나 이죠. 인지죠. 인지 안서모. 그다음에서 어피테라 방아비 방기세 해.
Good thing you put this fence up here.
아로도 아마와 데라가 토마토 비세비나 해.
The Naga tomato plants got blown as well.
Be careful.
Loach put up a metal fence here, which I think was originally put up to kind of keep things separated, but right now it was acting to kind of keep some of this stuff upright. But it was all blown over from high winds. So they'll come back. They're resilient, but pretty severe storms last night here in Wisconsin. Coach me, what are these?
Chilies.
So I believe that one of the things that's different between American architecture and the buildings in India is we dig a foundation down into the earth. So we have a basement that goes downstairs. The reason we need to do that here is because it gets really cold in the winter, so we don't want our water pipes to freeze. So the basement allows for water pipes to come in, and when they come in the house in the basement, it's above freezing, so the water pipes won't burst. It also gives the house a good foundation and structure in the ground, so if there's like high winds, the foundation in the ground is like it's rooted strong. The problem with that is if you have a lot of water and a lot of rain, you can get flooding into the basement because concrete is porous and it's permeable to water. So if you get a ton of rain, it will seep in through the foundation wall and you'll have water in your basement. this happened to some people. In fact, the pastor that married Lochimi and I, Pastor Brian, he and his wife, they live in Milwaukee, and they put out a Facebook message asking for a water pump, a second water pump, because they already had one water pump going, and they still had 3 feet of water in their basement. So 3 feet is probably about up to here, maybe this much water they had in their basement yet. And they started with 8 feet of water in their basement. So that's about 2 feet taller than me. And one water pump had taken down 5 feet of water, and they still had 3 feet remaining. So just imagine everything in your basement is ruined at that point. It's submerged in dirty water. It's gonna cost a lot to clean that stuff. And most people, the things that they store in their basement are like paperwork and furniture and like stuff that if it gets wet, it's gonna be ruined. So a lot of people are hurting with the floodwaters. My Aunt Debbie called us last night and asked if we could help. She has water in her basement. Even we have water in our basement. Thankfully, we didn't have feet of standing water. We just had wet carpeting. But it's really not fun when you get water in your basement because everything gets wrecked and ruined because a mold and mildew will grow. You can't have that. So you got to tear everything out, tear out the carpeting, make sure it's dry. And it's really not fun for us because we already had flooding earlier this year in the spring. I tore out all the carpeting and we shampooed it because we had dirt and water come in from under the door. This time we didn't have dirt and water coming under the door. This was water that seeped in through the concrete wall. So there's no dirt in it, it's just wet. But if we let it continue to stay wet long enough, it's gonna get moldy and mildew, and that's not good. So I'm hoping that we can get it dried out before the mold sets in. It's not good, it's really not fun.
So flooding is going on. Aro pani bishi girishuglu do flood hole chances ase. Mohan state fair de thakala utu jaga bi utu din dibi mohan jaija bishi de he 3 na 4 feet flood hishugu de ishe. Aro Sunday di do closed. So pi flood hina ta karne Sunday do last din de ishe libi tan Sunday do bon kudishe. Aro utu do mulaga jinga do nong chungu je ithana je mochanga he ngongo ntsunga ngongo are nong chungu hai ithava to pias ga sa akol pera sang he to vombung na ven khani ge ya khani ge asi joje chakchun chakka sangjo achi shem long beans ha sha chakila je zucchini jang ha to ven khanilia o changjo moch hey os cucumber ha chana elo tang ta ga chi jo he uto do chingule tai bu she ngongo jon delicado uto hando so pi hawa bara aro kali pani shigiri shar this week pi pani bi shigiru lese to pani bi shigiru le do mohalla basement bi flat ho nisna bi ase mala cantaloupe koi kuma do cantaloupe koi to tuhan ase ola se cho to do ase kuma manohan do bishi dukte se so pi flat huigina na basement do niche laga room khan na so pi flat huigina gari khan bi destroy huishe kudaishe gari manohan kuma manohan la gari khan do na to news te dikhi daishe mohan bi to bishi morom to pani aro bishi girile do aro bishi bia hole la chances ase to do ase mohala garden do pani naga weather bia hwa bishi de do to update de ase prathana kuri di thakibi aro naga pani bia nagirule karne আৰু মোলা নং চুঙোটো দেখাবলৈ ট্ৰাই কৰি আছে না দেখে হ এতিয়া একটা ওলা আছে হে